Bob Sellers isn't a household name, but he's been seen in a lot of households as an anchor on CNBC and Fox News channels.
If you're going to be a crook, you can get caught.
Lightstone Capital says the feedback was unanimous from the financial advisors. Bob was the highlight of the conference.
That's unbelievable. I could never run for 5 hours straight. Like they asked Boris Yeltsin one time about the Russian economy. They said in one word, describe the Russian economy. He said, good. They said, how about in 2 words? Not good. When I talk about what's next in Washington, I'll take a look at elections, finances, taxes, things that I think are important to the audience. And I have literally read stories that have come across my phone while I was giving a talk on stage, because I think it's important to be right up to the minute with the information. Who's better for the markets, Republicans or Democrats? Republicans tend to be anti-tax and pro-business. Democrats tend to be anti-big business, and they'll use taxing to implement social policy. So let's take a look. This is me with Uma Pramaraju on election night 2004. These 2 years, 2000 and 2004, offered unique opportunities to see what the markets thought. And so a lot of people think that the markets like a Republican in office rather than a Democrat. The reality is, when you look at the performance of the stock market itself under Democrats since the Great Depression versus Republicans, the Democratic president tends to do better. You might then conclude, oh, Democrats are better for the markets. Well, I would take issue with that. Reagan didn't even have Republicans, but this was a case where everything lined up. And everybody said, our taxes are crazy. Are they crazy now at around 40%? Oh, he says, Bob, sit down. Let me talk to you about taxes. He said, if you have farmer A and you have farmer B, and you give something to farmer A, who pays for it? Farmer B. At one point, there were over 7,400 stocks on the Wilshire 5000. So when people don't feel like we've had a bull market, there's a reason for that. But I also feel that that means we've got more room to go when things get in place. He said that we would reach 10,000 by 2000, which we did, and then he gave another number for 2100. Does anybody know what that number is? 1 million by 2100. You have to predict the turnout for your poll to be right. That's why polls are wrong so often. There were no Republican votes for Obamacare, right? The problem with that kind of polarization is if you pass something with just one party, the next time the other party gets in office, they want to undo it.
One of the easiest speakers I've worked with in years, says Mark Jones, twice the program chair of the $1 Million Roundtable.